Hi, thanks for joining me in the Listen Up Girl podcast, where I bring you 10 minutes or less of LGBTQ plus news. I want to keep you informed and empowered in a world where staying connected to our community matters more than ever. I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman, and today is Friday, July the 25th. As I always say, I try to bring you positive stories, but in today's world, it's really hard to find them sometimes. So I am bringing you both positive and negative stories. So the first story is the LGBTQ Film Festival in Phoenix has been canceled. This is in direct response to President Trump's executive order aimed at eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at a federally funded institutional level. The Desperado LGBTQ plus film festival, hosted by students at Paradise Valley Community College, has been a cultural mainstay since 2009. But now organizers say their hands are tied. Complying with the executive order is necessary to avoid risking critical federal funding, including student aid and staff salaries. The organizers said that they are heartbroken by the decision, which reflects the growing chill on queer spaces and publicly funded environments. Unbelievable. My next story is about the French president sues Candace Owens over transphobia conspiracy. So the French president and his wife, Bridget, have filed a 22 count defamation suit in U.S. court against the far right podcaster Candace Owens. She is something else, let me tell you. The lawsuit filed in Delaware claims that Owens has launched a relentless campaign of defamation and amplifying a baseless conspiracy theory that Bridget is secretly a man. Owens has her massive platform, including 4.5 million YouTube followers, to promote a multi part video series titled Becoming Bridget. The president and his wife are fighting back, signaling that even heads of states are not immune from online transphobia. I can't even like hardly watch. Her and Charlie Kirk are so hard to even watch on video, on TikTok, or to even listen to any of their interviews. They're just so in their own world. It's ridiculous. Next, we go to Florida, where a Florida prosecutor targets LGBTQ pride event. So, Florida's top prosecutor has subpoenaed records from a Vero Beach restaurant after it hosted a pride event allegedly featuring adult sexualized performers in front of children. The event at the Kilted Mermaid is under scrutiny, even though the state law in question, which restricts children from attending adult themed shows, has been blocked by courts. Still, the state attorney general's office is demanding guest list, video footage, and performer contracts. Critics say it is just the latest attack on queer visibility in Florida. Next, we're going to talk about trans women. They are now banned from U.S. Olympic teams under a new policy. So, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee has quietly implemented a new policy banning transgender women from competing in women's sports. The update, hidden under the athletic safety policies section of their site, aligns with President Trump's executive order 14201, and it's titled Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports. While vague in language and lacking enforcement details, the policy sends a clear signal. Trans exclusion is now embedded in elite U.S. sports. The ripple effect will be felt across youth and adult competitions. I always love talking about Pedro Pascal because he is such a freaking ally, so he is in my news again. Pedro Pascal reveals his early crushes and their queer icons. In a heartwarming and candid moment, actor Pedro Pascal opened up about his early celebrity crushes and his beautifully bisexual list. While promoting his new Marvel film, which I can't wait to see, Pascal cited Olivia Newton-John, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, and not one but two Harrison Ford roles, Indiana Jones and Han Solo. When co-star Vanessa Kirby brought up Marlon Brando, Pascal agreed, saying, "You can't even stay seated. Stars like that crush us." Love that. Pedro is just so open. And then 2 days ago, Alan Cumming went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and defended trans rights. Allen guest hosted Jimmy Kimmel Live on July 23rd and used his opening monologue to make a powerful statement in support of trans rights. He spoke directly to the audience, and this is what he said. These superhero movies are only pretend, but I happen to believe that there are actual superheroes in real life who walk among us, and superheroes are called trans people. He drew parallels between superheroes and trans individuals, highlighting their resilience, their courage, and their enduring presence, while criticizing anti trans rhetoric and broader U.S. political issues. You should Google the video because it is really amazing. That is a positive story. So I said I bring positive and negative. And then here's another positive. Cuba legalizes gender marking changes without surgery. So, a major win for trans rights in Cuba. The country has just passed a law allowing transgender individuals to self declare their gender on official documents. No surgery required. The landmark legislation reflects growing momentum for gender autonomy in Latin America and brings Cuba closer in line with international human rights standards. So, we in America are going the complete opposite way, and a country like Cuba is going the correct way. What is wrong with that picture? So, there are lawmakers under fire for Holocaust denial comments. Out Congressman Mark Takano, who is a Democrat in California, is calling out Education Secretary Linda McMahon after she appeared to defend Holocaust denial as a valid academic viewpoint during a White House hearing. Takano, one of the most prominent LGBTQ voices in Congress, labeled the remarks deeply disturbing and warned that such rhetoric is dangerous, especially in today's climate of rising anti Semitism and historical revisionism. It's crazy to me. This woman, how she is even education secretary is beyond me. But she is, and she's making these comments. Like, I just don't get it. My next story is that non binary representation in elected office still lags. So, according to LGBTQ plus Victory Institution, just 63 out of 1,334 LGBTQ plus elected officials in the US identify as non binary, genderqueer, or gender nonconforming. While this marks growth over the last 7 years, it's far from representation, especially considering non binary individuals make up about 11% of the LGBTQ plus community. Still, their growing influence, particularly in state legislatures, is helping shape more inclusive policies across the country. The next story is here in my home state, Massachusetts, where a school district was ordered to rehire a counselor fired for misgendering. So, in a constitutional ruling, a Massachusetts arbitrator has ordered the reinstatement of a middle school guidance counselor who was fired for misgendering a trans student. Amherst Regional Public Schools must rehire Delinda Dykes with full back pay. I'm just laughing at her last name. The decision is already sparking debate over free speech, educator responsibility, and the student rights in public schools. Next story is about Adam Lambert and Oliver Gliese reportedly has split up. After nearly 4 years together, Adam and Oliver, who is a model, have reportedly called it quits. While neither have commented publicly, fans notice the couple haven't posted together in over a year. Their last public appearance was at the Charlie XCX concert in May of 2025. And that is my news for July 25th. I hope you have a awesome weekend. More news will be here on Sunday, so be sure to subscribe so you always get an alert when my new podcast episode comes out. Thanks for listening.